Hello everybody, it's Ezra time again here, and yeah, and today we're gonna be continuing the White Snake 2 topic. Obviously, there is two more topic that I want to talk about. Obviously, on this video, obviously the first one is the like my own ideas for White Snake 2 because I know that when I watched White Snake 2 again, I'm not really impressed by it. I was disappointed that this movie is just too big and has too many elements that doesn't really work. And I know that Light Chaser Studio is trying to do something new with the movie, and I appreciate that. But it's just like this is too big, and I think it's straight too far from the White Snake feel, the White Snake heart or like emotions, and it just doesn't feel like a White Snake movie. It feels like a cinematic universe movie, like Avengers, because like again. The lack of Xiaobai and Sushan in this movie is just so weird, and I guess it's understandable from the story point of view, but it's just like again, it's still weird. And Xiao Qing, I gotta say, she's not really the best main characters, because and I'm really sad for saying that because I was really loving Xiao Qing in the first movie, and I love her in the first movie much more than the second one, just to be frank. And it's just yeah, in this one she's not really that interesting, and I feel like rewatching the second movie, and honestly I kind of come up with my own ideas like how the sequel could have been, and I think it might be better than the final version. I have no idea. You guys is gonna be the one who decide because this is just my idea. So just I don't know, if you guys disagree, then that's totally fine, but please just be respectful towards it, okay? Like don't be an asshole about it, because again it's just my own idea, and I just trying to have fun here with this idea. And is it better or worse? You guys are gonna be the one who decided. But anyway, let's just start with this idea of mine. I guess you could say that. Um, so here's the thing, right? Sushan obviously, like he is not in this movie a lot. Like he's only appearing in the first 5 minutes of this movie, right? And then obviously you got Fahai, which obviously the main villain. Even though in this movie he barely appeared, to be honest, and that just kind of sad. Hang on, okay, this image is um. So yeah, Fahai was supposed to be the main villain, but here's the thing. Again, he's not present in the movie a lot, and once he got defeated, like he's not actually quote unquote dead or like totally defeated, but it's just like I think he just vanished and got reincarnated, and then I think he's going to return in the third movie. Like he has to return in the third movie, man. Like because my God, I feel like Fahai is like the main villain in the original folklore, and this one is just like there, just that, like nothing more. And to me, that's really disappointing, and it's just it's just really yeah, really disappointed. But anyway, just imagine this because you get the intro of the movie, right? Like in the beginning of the movie, we see Faha is trying to basically imprison Xiaobai, and then you get Sushan is begging him to like stop, like let her go, like my wife go, don't do this. And then eventually, you know what happens, like Faha managed to capture Xiaobai, and then Sushan and the baby basically just forgotten in this movie. Like they just gone throughout this entire movie. Like maybe the baby will return in the third movie, who knows? But I don't know. At this point, I feel like they're completely disrespecting Sushi and my boy, and I'm just like, why would you do this? And I feel like the story could have been like first of all, let's just erase Shura City, right? Because the entire Was Snake 2 movie took place in Shura City. Well, let's just erase that. Okay, let's just erase that Shura City, and then it took place in the original timeline, which is the Song Dynasty, I think, right? I might have been mistaken, but let's just imagine because again, the studio is trying to do something different with Fahai, and again, it's understandable. But just imagine if Fahai actually killed the baby. I know, call me crazy, but if they want to make Fahai like super evil, then they could do that. They could do that. They could just Fahai was like the reason why he killed the baby, like Sushan and Shoubai's baby, is probably because like like Xiaobai and Sushan baby is basically half demon, right? Because well, Sushan is a human married to a demon, Xiaobai, and then obviously the baby logically should be half human and half demon, right? I mean, that's just my assumption. I think the original folklore, the baby does, like the kid, I guess, does have some sort of power, I guess, in some capacity, because that part of the tale was not really that familiar or that like, you know, you know, uh, popular among the fandom, because usually the story just end like that, just end tragically, surprise, surprise, just like the first movie. And again, just imagine if I just kill a baby, and then throughout the next movie, obviously Sushan is pissed, right? Sean is completely pissed, and then he just wants revenge for Fahai, right? He's just completely pissed, um, and then you get this interaction between Sushan and Xiao Qing, because here's the thing, guys. Like, Sushan and Xiao Qing was basically there already in the first movie, right? Like we see their interaction already, and I feel like in the first movie I see some sort of potential between Xiao Qing and Sushan. You know, like I feel like they could be an interesting characters, to be honest, if they both on the screen together, because like Xian was just like, I mean, Xian is playful when Xiao Qing was actually angry in the first movie, if you guys remember that. And again, Xiao Qing in the first movie was very different, and I like her more in that first movie. I said this before. And there is just one moment where I think Sushan give Xiao Qing the jade hairpin, right? To Xiao Qing, and Xiao Qing look at him, and then she's like, like not like they both not, like they both actually working together, like, and that's probably the closest, nicest thing that happens between Sushan and Xiao Qing, because in this movie, well, Xiao Qing, guess what? She just immediately accused Sushan without even understanding the situation. But I get it that Sushan is probably did some wrong decision, but in the end, like he doesn't want this. He doesn't want his wife Shobai to be imprisoned in the life on pagoda. Like that's not his intention, and obviously he regret that. And I feel like Xiao Qing just like blindly blaming Sushan, even though it's kind of understandable why she feel that way. And the point being is, guys, I feel like it would be interesting if the entire movie just start from there. Like maybe Fahai, like, completely, instead of sending Xiao Qing to the Shura City by like shooting, like, I don't know, some magical stuff at him, sorry, at her, she just got basically got to the bottom of the mountain, like getting thrown to the bottom of the mountain, obviously, and then maybe Sushan can actually like search for her or something like that, right? Making sure that is she okay, and then when she's wake up, imagine just she passed out, right? Because, well, she just fell from on top of the mountain, and then she wake up, and then Sushan was there, basically, like, I don't know, taking care of her or something, and then for the first thing he do is probably sorry, the first thing she do to Sushan is probably gonna punch him in the face, right? Because this is face it, this was gonna happen. And then the rest of the movie is pretty much took place in the Song Dynasty. There is no Shura City, and then it's about Sushan and Xiao Qing, as that's the two main characters, because, like, again, we never see these two having like a good, like a nice friendship, because again, then the closest thing we have to a good friendship is in the first movie, where again, Xiao Qing and Sushan just nod to each other, like, you know that's the closest thing. In this movie, no, like she immediately hates him. Yeah, and kind of like in the first movie again, like she's so grumpy around Sushan, and I thought we were gonna see some nicest, like, I don't know, like nice friendship among them, and we didn't really get that, and I think that's why it's interesting to see this dynamic between these two characters, again, Xiaoqing and Sushan, if they were the main characters in the sequel, right? And then obviously the sequel is gonna be like, oh, Sushan and Xiaoqing try to rescue Xiaobai, obviously, and then and throughout the movie we get to see Xiaoqing and Sushan interacting with each other, and then obviously Xiaoqing is going to blame Sushan, and then Sean is gonna be like, well, I didn't mean this, I'm regretting this, or like, I'm I'm sorry, for this whole thing, like he doesn't mean anything of it, and he doesn't want to do it, like it's not intentional. And Xiaoqing, obviously, as a character, like she probably doesn't really forgive him immediately, or like understandable like immediately, but it's Xiaoqing, so and the point being here is that I feel that because the studio is trying to do something different, and then they probably gonna try to put these characters in a modern world, which they did in the main movie, by the way. Which is because the ending of the second movie is basically Xiaoqing escaped to Shira City, and then she ending up in the modern world, and then she met Xiaobai eventually in the end. Even though we don't exactly see her, just the voice. And they could have done that, because again, when Shusha and Xiaoqing having interaction, blah blah blah, and then they finally, I don't know, like understanding each other, and then they eventually form this unique friendship. I would say that, because I feel that throughout the adaptation, I rarely see Sean and Xiaoqing having a good time. Like maybe some people can point that out, but I think it's rare, to be honest. Like even the newest movie that I watched is kind of similar to the White Snake 2019, I think, and Sushan and Xiaoqing was just like an okay interaction. Like Xiaoqing is grumpy as always, and Sushan just like soft, like always. And I feel like it would be interesting to see these two understanding each other personality, and then obviously they will try to actually rescue Xiaobai. And then maybe in the end, Xiaoqing and Suxian working together managed to take down the Laughing Pagoda somehow, right? And then we get to see this big epic battle between Xiaoqing and Fahai finally, not like in this movie, like in the official movie where the battle just like go for 20 years and then like just a magical projection and then that's it. Fahai got defeated and then he vanished, or like he got reincarnated somewhere and then that's it. That's the end of Fahai in the official movie. So I feel like in the end there will be like in my version at least there will be like there will be a big battle obviously between Xiaoqing and Fahai, and then maybe Xiaoqing can actually transform this time into an actual like giant green snake, just like Xiaobai in the first movie, where in the first movie, Xiaobai transformed to a giant snake, a giant white snake, and we did see Xiaoqing projection in this movie, like the magical like or like an aura projection of her giant snake. So obviously, I think she already got the power, and I think she might use this in the third movie. But it is a matter if this was the actual final battle in the second movie, again not taking place in Shura City, just in the Song Dynasty, and then maybe in the end when the Life Pagoda collapsed and then Xiaobai was finally free, we see we actually see maybe the twist is gonna be Fahai actually sent this tree, to the modern world, like an actual modern world, like oh, like go to your next reincarnation, like maybe as at the as a last effort for Fahai because he got messed up by Xiaoqing and Suxian at the same time. And then just imagine all these three characters waking up, like just like in the trailer, like or like in the movie itself, that Xiaoqing waking up and then she look at the Shura City just in awe, like what the hell, just imagine if that was like that was Xiaobai, Sushan, and Xiaoqing together, the three of them, because Fahai sent them to like the next reincarnation or something like that, like literally. And then the movie end with all three of them just like in the trailer, just looking up in the an actual city this time, and then they're all three of them look in awe, because like what the hell just happened? This is weird, and then the movie just end. That's it, and I think that's my version for White Snake 2. I don't know how you guys will think about this. I think you guys might think that Ezra, you're a fucking idiot, or something like that. Well, feel free to leave your opinions about it in the comment section below. Obviously, I like to hear about them, but please be respectful, okay? If you decide to just be toxic or like call me an idiot, like yada 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 and all that kind of stuff, and well, I'm just gonna ban you if that was the case, So I'm just sharing my own version for Whitesnake 2. Again, you guys might like it. You guys might think this is better than the official sequel, or you guys might think this is worse than the official sequel because it kind of followed the same formula of the original folklore. But at the same time, seeing this official sequel is just like this straight too far from the original source material, which again understandable because this is like a sequel to the original folklore. And the studio is trying to do something different, but again they stray too far from it and they become too big and too complex, and it doesn't feel like a White Snake or like a Green Snake movie. Again, it's just a completely different movie. There is no heart to it, just unlike in the first movie, like it got heart, and then it got heart and emotion. In this one, the second movie, it lacks of that. Probably because Xiaobai and Susan is not around, just Xiaoqing, and Xiaoqing is not a good main character. So I'm just gonna say that. Like she's I like her, but as the main characters in this movie, she kind of sucks to be honest. Like nothing that interesting or nothing really engaging to follow for at least for me. Okay, if you actually think Xiaoqing is a great character, then again, fine. Like that's totally fine. More power to you. But I'm just sharing my own opinion here. So again, please be respectful. All right, chill. Anyway, the next one is gonna be my hopes for White Snake 3. So obviously I'm gonna bring this ending picture. Obviously, this is where obviously Xiaoqing cry when she sees Xiaobai again. So I think here's my hope for the third movie. I hope that the White Snake 3 actually focusing again on Xiaobai and Sushan relationship, because I think like I don't know what they're gonna do with the third movie, but I was really hoping that the third movie can be like bigger than the first movie, but not as big as the second one, if that makes sense. Because again, the second one has too many characters, too many elements, and to me, it feels like a mess. Even though they probably explained the things well, but it's just like I don't know, man. This is too much, Um, so I really hope that the third one can get back to the original formula, and I'm not like I'm talking about like tragic love story, and then obviously you got the fight between snake, because again in the second movie we never see Xiaoqing turn into like a half snake form, just like in the first movie where basically we got this epic fight between again Xiao Qing and then the little general. I think that's his name. If you guys remember that. Basically both of them fighting this little general, and then they both transform into the half snake demon form. You guys know what I'm talking about if you watched the first movie, and it kind of sucked that that in this movie we never see of that. We never see that form. So hopefully that form, that demon like half snake demon form. I keep saying that can return in White Snake 3, because I feel like it's a really unique form for both of the sister, obviously, because well, they snake demon, obviously. So it's kind of cool to see them fight as an actual snake. I'm just saying it, and I really hope that they bring that back in the third movie, like actually bring that back, and then maybe they can mess with that element in the third movie as well, because well, it took place in the city, right? So maybe the set pieces will be maybe bigger, maybe smaller than this first one. Who knows? Depends. And I really hope that Fahai would come back in the third movie, because I think again the second movie doesn't really do Fahai justice, because he just got defeated by Xiaoqing and then just vanished. That's it. I know it's for 20 years. I get it. Like he's really powerful, but that doesn't feel fair for me, because we only see that, oh yeah, it's been 20 years. Like wow, Fahai is powerful, but it doesn't feel powerful for the audience, or at least for me, because it's just like it's mentioned that it was 20 years later, right? But we never see his actual power. Like all he does in this movie, just like basically sending a giant bird, and then in the end, Xiao Qing managed to gather all this magical power, and then see transform into this giant snake, obviously, and then defeat Fahai, and then that's about it, And I think this is a teaser as well. I think we're gonna see Xiao Qing like actual giant snake form in the third movie. Hopefully it does anyway, because I feel like it's a really cool form, at least for me, because it is something that we could um because it is something that I really want to see, is that just imagine Xiao Bai and Xiao Qing having these two giant, like gigantic snake form, just like in the first movie. Just imagine the two of them actually transform into their own, like again, giant white snake and giant green snake, and then they both battle Fahai as the final arc for the third movie. I think that will be amazing. Again, at least in my opinion. And I hopefully we get to see a love story between Sushan and Xiaobai again. I think they're gonna do something different this time. Like, I don't mind if the studio is decided to do something on their own. Like I don't mind that, but it's just like I hope it doesn't go. I hope they don't actually go too out there, or like becoming too ambitious with this story, because I feel the second one is too ambitious. Maybe I'm being too harsh on the first movie. Maybe I am. But I don't know. Like I was just the sequel three times already, and it's not leaving me a good impression. Like my opinion is stays the same, sadly. And again, the best part for the White Snake 2 movie is the Foxy boss. Surprise, surprise to no one. And speaking for the Foxy boss, like I don't know if she's going to. I really hope this is going to appear in the third movie, right? Oops, sorry. Right, in the third movie, like I really hope she does, because again, she's a fan favorite character, so like why not, right? And I don't know if she's going to actually appear, because I think we're going to get the Baoqing owner, like the Foxy boss spin-off movie, because the director does talk about it. That they don't really talk about White Snake 3 specifically, but they do talk about the Baoqing owner, or like the Fox Demon, um like like solo movie, or like a spin-off movie to the White Snake franchise. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Like I don't know what they're going to do with the spin-off movie. Are they going to like make like set the story in the past, because he was the nine tail fox demon. So I think we're about to see Jiang Jia, which is again, I might mispronounce that name, but Jiang Jia is basically the god who defeated the nine-tail fox demon. Like they both basically enemies, like Batman and Joker, you could say that. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Jiang Jia in this new Legend series, like sometimes in the future. And then we're going to see like the Baoqing owner actually, like I don't think she's going to become the villain, like because again, I feel like she's gonna be like a mistakenly as a villain. Maybe the Heaven is the main bad guy, because that's what they've been doing in the Zhang Jia movie that I watched, which is pretty boring to be honest. like the 2020 movie titled Zhang Jia is about, again, well, the god and then the nine-tailed fox demon. And again, the nine-tailed fox demon is the best part in that movie. The 2020 movie, not White Snake 2. But it's pretty boring to be honest. So hopefully maybe in the prequel, or like the spin-off, is gonna be took place in the past, and then we see the Foxy boss and at at her prime, like basically committing this entire war, like in the dynasty, and basically destroy a dynasty on her time. Like that would be awesome because I feel like we never see the war. Like maybe they've already been adapted in the several adaptation, but we never see a war between gods and the nine-tailed fox demon, like her. Because I feel like it's just a really interesting idea. Like it's an epic idea in my opinion. So hopefully the Baoqing owner movie is going to set up in the past, or maybe they're going to set up in the future, like after the event for the second movie. Because again, there is a mid-credit scene. Basically, we see the fox demon retrieving her nine tail, right? And maybe the spin-off is going to continue immediately after that. Like who knows? And maybe it's going to bouncing back and forth between past and future. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do that. But I still wish. But I hope they don't do that though, because I feel like it's not really a good idea for the pacing for the movie. I'm just saying it. And yeah, I just hopefully I think we're gonna get the Baoqing owner or like the Fox Demon movie first, because there's been discussion about this, and then the director himself even addressed that they've been thinking about making a spin-off movie surrounding her, which is again I think it's a great idea because she's a really great character in this movie. She basically carried the scene in this movie. Like I think she carried the movie alone, in this White Snake 2, because without her then the movie is gonna be a lot worse, at least in my opinion. And I'm really excited to see her spin-off movie sometimes in the future. I don't know if they're going to portray her like as a villain this time, because Nine-Tailed Fox Demon is a villain in the original folklore, but we don't know. Like we don't know. Maybe again, Light Caesar Studio tends to do something different, so maybe just a misunderstood villain. You could say that, because I mean the way she was portrayed in this movie, she, I think she realized about her past, but doesn't really want to talk about it because why would she, right? But I feel like she hold a grudge again. I'm assuming against Jiang Zia, because I think Jiang Zia is the one who cut her nine tail, and then maybe or maybe she's going to like take revenge to the heaven or something like that, because one of the stories that the heaven apparently is the one who responsible or like making a deal with the nine-tailed fox demon, and then basically causing a war, and then that's how the story goes. And then the nine-tailed fox demon is basically mistaken, for the war, even though she kind of did it, well she actually the one who also participates. So I don't know, man. Like I don't know if they're going to include that element. So, and I don't know if the spin-off movie took place in the future, like after the event of White Snake 2, or in the past, like way back in the past, and then between the Great War between gods and the nine-tailed fox demon, because that would be epic. But I don't know if they're going to do that. We'll see what happens. But either way, yeah, I mean, I think that's the video for today. I feel like like again my own ideas for White Snake 2, my hopes for White Snake 3, and then I guess my hopes for the Fox Demon movie as well. I guess we got 3 sections in this video, so if you guys want to watch it, well, there will be a timestamp. Obviously, I probably should say this in the beginning. I forgot. I'm sorry, because I tried to memorize what my ideas were, because usually if I talk too much then I just forgot about it. So I have to get my ideas out there first. So yeah, I mean there will be a timestamp again in the video itself, or like in the description. If you guys want to watch the specific section of the video, then feel free to do that, obviously. And yeah, I think that's it for today's video. And I know there is some response in the last video that like some people feel disgusted about like Xiao Qing and Xiao Bai loving each other. Well, to be fair, Xiao Qing loved Xiao Bai romantically since the beginning, and again, they're sworn sister, not actual blood related sister. Okay, I said this many times, so please understand that, please. And yeah, that's it for today's video. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna go back to the FNAF reaction video as usual. So hopefully if you guys watching this, then and thank you for watching this, really appreciate that, guys. And yeah, again, if you guys enjoyed, then again leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, share my videos out there, the usual. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you guys think about my own ideas for White Snake 3. Do you guys think it could make the movies or like the sequel better than the official one, or do you guys think the official one is good and then my ideas is shit? Feel free to share your opinions about it in the comment section below, but again, please be respectful. And then obviously, what are your hopes for White Snake 3, and what are your hopes for the Baoqing owners like spin-off movie, or like solo movie, or something like that, or the Fox Demon movie, like, are you guys excited about that? If you guys have any idea for that, then feel free to share them in the comment section below because I'm interested to hear your ideas, like or like your own takes on it, about White Snake 3 or like the Bao Owner solo movie. Just feel free to share your ideas about it in the comment section below. And yeah, I think that's it for today's video, guys. And again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.